Have you ever accidentally become the getaway driver for a wedding party running late? I was sitting in my car outside the Riverside Hotel, engine running, waiting for my sister to grab her phone charger from the lobby. That's when 5 people in full wedding attire burst through the doors and dove into my backseat. "Drive! Drive! Drive!" screamed a woman in a massive white dress. Pure instinct kicked in. I floored it, tires screeching as we peeled out of the parking lot. Through the rearview mirror, I saw a crowd of angry-looking people in formal wear pour out of the hotel, shaking their fists at us. My passengers were laughing hysterically, crying, and trying to catch their breath all at once. "Thank God you were here," gasped the bride, her tiara askew. "We thought we'd have to run in these heels." That's when I finally found my voice. "I'm sorry, but who are you people?" The car went silent except for the groom's nervous giggle. "You're not our Uber?" he asked weakly. I pulled over at the next light. "Definitely not. I was waiting for my sister." The maid of honor started laughing so hard she snorted. "We just kidnapped someone," she wheezed. "Add it to today's list of disasters." Before I could ask them to get out, the bride started sobbing. Not delicate tears, but full body, mascara-destroying sobs. "Everything's ruined," she wailed. "The venue double-booked us, the cake fell, my mom invited my ex, and now we're criminals." The groomsman patted her shoulder awkwardly while the flower girl, who couldn't have been more than 8, offered her a crumpled tissue from her basket. I looked at this group of beautiful disasters crammed in my Honda and made a decision. "Where were you trying to go?" The groom showed me his phone. "The courthouse. We have 20 minutes before they close, or we have to wait until Monday." They'd abandoned their own reception to elope at the courthouse after the chaos. I checked the GPS. 15 minutes if we hit every green light. "Buckle up," I said, merging back into traffic. "And someone please tell me why there's an angry mob at your wedding." As I drove, they spilled the whole story. The venue had given their space to another wedding. They'd been shuffled to a conference room that smelled like fish. The bride's mom had invited her ex-boyfriend and his new wife, placing them at the head table. The DJ played funeral music by mistake. The cake collapsed when someone bumped the table during the venue argument. "The final straw," said the bride, "was when the other bride showed up and said we were ruining her perfect day by being upset about the double booking. That's when they decided to run. They'd been heading for their honeymoon suite getaway car, a vintage Mustang, when they saw my car running and dove in. We hit every red light. With 5 minutes to spare and 10 minutes still to drive, I had an idea. Does it have to be this courthouse?" They looked confused. "We just need a judge," the groom said. I made a sharp turn. "My uncle's a judge. He's at my parents' anniversary party right now, 3 blocks away." We screeched into my parents' driveway with 2 minutes to courthouse closing time. I didn't even turn off the engine. "Wait here," I commanded, then ran inside in my jeans and sneakers, straight into a formal anniversary party. "Uncle Ramon, emergency. Need you to marry someone now." My uncle, 3 drinks in and feeling festive, didn't even question it. He grabbed his judge's briefcase, which he apparently keeps in his car at all times, and followed me outside. The look on his face when he saw the wedding party spilling out of my car was priceless. But Uncle Ramon was a professional. He stood in my parents' driveway between my mom's garden gnomes and performed the ceremony. My parents' guests poured outside to watch. My grandmother started crying. Someone brought champagne from inside. The flower girl threw petals from her basket with professional precision. The bride's vows included the line, "I promise to always check if the car is actually an Uber before getting in." The groom promised to love, honor, and always be ready to run from bad parties. When Uncle Ramon pronounced them married, the entire anniversary party erupted in cheers. My mom, who'd followed everyone outside, immediately went into host mode. "You're not leaving without cake," she declared. The couple tried to protest, but my mom doesn't take no for an answer. Besides, we had 2 anniversary cakes because my dad had ordered one as a surprise, and my mom had done the same. The newlyweds ended up staying for 3 hours, dancing in my parents' backyard, the bride's massive dress dragging through the grass. The maid of honor and my cousin hit it off. The flower girl became best friends with my niece. The angry wedding party they'd fled from kept calling, but they sent them a photo from the backyard celebration with the caption, "Found a better party." Before they left, the bride hugged me tight. "You saved our wedding," she whispered. I gave them my number, jokingly calling myself their getaway driver for life. They took me seriously. I've now driven them to the hospital for their first baby, to the airport for their honeymoon they finally took a year later, and to couples therapy when they hit a rough patch. Last month was their 5th anniversary. They sent me a card with a photo from that chaotic day and simple message, "Thanks for not calling the cops on us."